Buenos dias, everybody. This is BoDreay Fraser, lead practitioner and co-creator of I Heal Collective. This is Mr. Eyeballs. You guys have all met him before, and he's our new audio engineer, and he's the reason that I do not have headphones on today. He told me he doesn't have opposable thumbs, so he's been using his teeth, and he also doesn't follow direction well. My other guest today is Saskia. She's one of our new practitioners here at I Heal Collective. Welcome, Saskia.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. So, how have you been?
Been good, yeah. I've been, since the course, I've been quite busy working on friends and family and different types of bodies, and it's been really good.
Awesome. So how was your experience at our course?
I really enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting it to be as life-changing as I found it. I found it quite life-changing, to be honest.
I'm so glad to hear that. And I feel like, especially for you, we've really tapped into your innate healing abilities. I know we talked a little bit before the course how you were looking for a different kind of direction in life, and energetically you have this beautiful grounding quality to you. And I hope that what we were able to teach you skill-wise was able to meet, your goals and help you move forward with a new career path.
Yeah. When I first started, I didn't actually know that much about what you did, but a lot of my friends had talked about you and how you'd helped people, and I was just like, wow, that sounds amazing. I want to check this out for myself and see if it fits me, if it's good for me, and it blew me away, really.
I'm so glad to hear that. I think that part of why this course is so special is it really gives you purpose. You're not just doing a job. If you can wake up every day and actually help people, help them get them out of chronic pain, help their mobility, really be a grounding force in them changing their lives. I just think that is, I'm just really grateful that I have that in my life. Right, really gets me up in the morning. On those days, it's like, I don't want to do this. And it's like, yeah, but think of the what you're going to affect in people's lives. Right.
Yeah, the impact that you're actually having. It's not just another job where you go and serve people food or serve them a drink. You're actually helping their health and their well-being, and that feels amazing. That's priceless.
Yeah, right. And did it kind of blow you away that like right after the course you had business, like you had clients right away. You were already giving better treatments or more effective treatments than people that have been doing it for years?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I think because I'm quite passionate about it, actually.
Yeah.
Like, after doing the course, I found that I was really passionate and wanting to help people and heal people, and even just starting out, like, trying to just help people, your friends and family, everyone needs help with something.
Yeah, there's a lot of broken bodies out there. And not just bodies, too, right? We work on the physical, the mental, the spiritual, emotional, able to tie that all together. And I think that it really forces you to put your money where your mouth is when it comes to your own life and your own health and, what you're doing. Because, I feel like I say this to my students a lot. You're always attracting people that are with the same problems that you have or stuff that you've worked through already. So it's one of those things that it's like, someone will say something, I'm like, oh, you have to do this. And it's like, oh, damn, I have to do that too. That's really good advice. Now I have to take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of a funny part. So moving forward, what's your plans this the next little bit here?
Well, I have been working on a few people. One of them has MS, and
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, she can't move really without the help of other people. And
what is MS for those that don't know?
Oh, Sean just asked what is MS for those who don't know. MS is multiple sclerosis. And actually, we realize now that multiple sclerosis is parasites of the brain and the spinal cord.
Yeah, so she'd never heard of this type of bodywork before, and she is a friend of mine, and she was just really interested in when I said about what I did to help with chronic pain. She was like, oh, do you think it would help with my MS? And I was like, I think it would. I think it helps everybody. And she can only move three fingers on her right hand. And so after I did some work on her, she was able to have more mobility in her hand. And she was like, oh my God, this is amazing. How have I not found this before? And she just loves it. She loves all the feet work and the hand work and body work.
That's really exciting. Actually, I've noticed with this course, at least with you and Mandy, you guys are starting to get some really, really complicated cases right out of the gate. And as intimidating as that can be, that also will help build you into a very formidable practitioner in my mind. Yeah.
But it's been really great to work on different bodies. And what's interesting about the lady with MS is that her body tells me when she's releasing. Like she can be asleep and I can feel her body tensing up and then completely relaxing. And that's just magical. Like I've not felt that in anyone else.
Yeah, I mean, and MS is, especially with someone that advanced, you're going to be able to do a lot of things that are really, really going to help her. And I'm quite excited about that. And I'm going to continue working with you on that as well. I think that's such a big part of health education is, you take a course like this, and then it's like, oh, you're out in the world, goodbye. It can't end that way. We really have. I really like with IHEO Collective how we formulated this team together with all of our different expertise. If I have a dental question, I call Mandy, right? So it's really, really interesting, and I think that continuing education is really, really important.
And I think it's great that we have this network of a team that we can, contact anybody, I feel like, and ask them a question and have feedback about how they're doing and what they're dealing with, and that helps me with my clients. And
absolutely. And challenges. Saskia is our smallest practitioner. She is a little bit mighty. So how has that been a bit of a challenge for you, or how are you adapting to that?
Yeah, it's been tough, and I'm still a little bit intimidated by the bigger people. I mean, there's one person that's thinking about coming to me, and he's quite obese, and so I'm a little bit concerned about how I'm going to get around him on the table. But no, it's been great, and like you've taught me, it's all about the angles and.
It's all about those little knife elbows. And let me tell you what, I got a treatment from Saskia the other day, and she's got little elbows like knives. And I absolutely loved it. I was actually a little bit sore yesterday, but like in the best way possible. And it's good for me because I forget sometimes. I don't actually receive that much body work because I do so much self-reflexology that I don't really tighten up that way. But it's really good for me to remember how painful some of this stuff can be. I'm like, oh yeah. People are really sore the next day. So thank you for that. You did an amazing job on that as well. There were some points on me that I really needed to hit.
Yeah, it was really great, and so much help to be able to work on you after working on a few people and then coming back and then learning a bit more from you. Just learning. I feel like coming back and learning a little bit more, and then going out there working on people and then coming back. That's like going to be the best way for me to learn.
100%. Because the courses are so dense. There's only so much that you can possibly take in within the span of 2 weeks. There's going to be stuff that you forget. So having that refreshment and reminder, I think is really valuable. And as well as working at our conventions, Anarchapulco, Greater Reset, and going there, you get to work with the team. Because there's some practitioners you've never worked with or haven't seen their style. So you get to learn a little bit from every single person, see the way how they carry themselves throughout the practice.
Yeah, I love how every practitioner is a little bit different,
right? And
so you can get a taste of what they're really good at, and soak it in.
I love that. I was not trying to build an army of me. I think one's enough, guys. And it's beautiful. So if someone like I'm a pretty intense person, and I can be a little bit butch. I've heard once in a while from people, which is fine because not every healer has the right energy for every person. So if someone's looking for someone a little bit softer, or someone that's a little more, let's say Alicia, for example, she is an Olympic athlete, someone that's really into the conditioning of the body, so we can kind of take their clientele and kind of veer them into directions of the people that we think can help them the most, or they're going to be most energetically aligned with. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So next up for you, where are you going?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. All over the place, just kind of, trying to help as many people as I can, and I really feel like it's a passion for me, and so just trying to improve all the time and work on different types of bodies.
And having Saskia in Mexico here has been really awesome. So obviously, we get a bit more one-on-one time together. Mm-hmm. And she's been kind of just with me, my clientele, and working through that as well and learning stuff. And then Colorado, potentially? You spend some time there?
Yeah, I've spent some time there. I have some friends there I've been working on. And so I have like an MS patient. I have someone with sciatica pain. I haven't worked on her yet, but she's due to come and see me. And some people with all sorts of different things. So it's been really, really fun, like working on different people, and I've been doing a lot of work.
And you're getting stronger. I can feel it.
Yeah, I try to work on myself too.
You have to, and that's the way you build up the ridiculously strong hands that take you so far in this job, is all the self work you can do, and that way you're able to contextualize what's going on in people's bodies too, through feeling it through your own body. So I think that's a really, really important part of the work. And to all of my practitioners out there, do your self reflexology. I have not lectured you lately. With everybody, you always have to, number one, meet them where they're at, and number two, mitigate expectations. We can do so much with this work, but we're not wizards yet, not full wizards yet. So someone with MS, the mixed modality body work is really good to help with the atrophy that is happening in their bodies, right? So getting the energy meridians going in the body, getting some movement back, like you said. However, it's not going to fix the problem because the cause of MS or the cause of SMS is parasites, right? And actually, if anyone... Yeah, obviously it's always more than one thing, but it's been led by, actually look at the work of Pam Bartha. So she's successfully put her MS in remission for I think over 25 years, and she makes a protocol and teaches, and we've already spoke about this, so you can bring this to your client. She teaches protocols how to get rid of this and how to detoxify your body from the parasites in the brain and the spinal cord and potentially your whole body, because obviously these things spread. So when we were going into that, we were using intake forms. We're using our knowledge of functional medicine. And then we're obviously just remembering this is mental, spiritual, physical, emotional, right? And the traumas coming out of her are all of these things, right? So, and it's how do you get into a point where your body is riddled with parasites, right? What's going on in your environment, right? What food are you eating? What kind of water are you drinking? Are you getting enough sunshine? Are you detoxifying your body properly? Probably not, or these things would not happen. So as we work with a mixed modality, these are the things that we need to hit, right? And obviously we don't put too much stress or taxation on the body at one time. We know how to detox the body properly. And also, what is she willing to do? That's the big thing. What about your life can you change that you're willing to change? I believe Dr. Jordan Peterson said that. Or somebody smarter than me, but it makes sense. So what is she willing to change about her life? Because that's really going to determine how far she goes, right? Everyone thinks you go to a healer or a practitioner and we're just going to fix you. Nah, this is teamwork, right? It takes both of us. It takes an education, which part of our job is to help educate. And it also, everyone thinks alternative healing and our holistic healing is not easy. It's not easier than Western medicine. In the long term it is, but in the short term it's not. It's going to take more work from you than just going to take a pill or get in a surgery, right? So it's who of our clientele are willing to put in that work. Sometimes surgery is the right answer for people who are not willing to do that work, right? Or they're too far gone in certain conditions, right? So it's really just kind of, I think, assessing with a lot of these medical, or a lot of these really, eyeballs. Stop it, Sean. He's trying to eat more quartz. It's.
You have to start that thought again.
No, I think that's funny. Let's keep it in. Mr. Boss! But it's really just assessing that from the ground up. What are they willing to do, and how can we help them within the paradigm of what they're willing to shift?
I mean, I've just been doing the general body work on them, and it does help her. I've found that after a session, she's way better than before the session. But I did a session on her one day, and then the next day, and by the next day, I could tell her body had already tensed up again.
Yeah,
all that work that I'd spent, it felt like some of it went backwards, and I was like, no.
It can be really frustrating. I found the similar thing with cerebral palsy, for example. Because they live in spastic tension. A lot of them, their whole lives is in spastic tension. So if you can take them out of spastic tension for even a freaking minute, they're like, yeah! Even the nonverbal ones, you can feel it. But by the next session, I feel like I have to go back and do all of the same things over and over again. And it's not. We're peeling away layers, but sometimes those layers are so subtle that it can almost feel a little bit defeating. But the way that you bring yourself back is how much it brings to them, how excited she's going to be able to see you every week, and how beyond even just the mixed modality and the touching and what we are doing, her energy, your energy, right, is going to help balance us out.
Yeah, and when I was working on her, actually, my third session on her, she actually had an emotional reaction afterwards. Wonderful. And she just blew up, and she got really actually angry, and then she started crying, and then and I was taken aback a little, because I'd never had someone I've worked on have an emotional reaction before. And so when that happened to her, I almost felt relieved for her, because I was kind of she's had this release, and she needed it, she obviously gets these big mood swings because she can't move her own body.
Of course.
And she's gets frustrated because she's why can't people move me the way I want to be moved, Yeah. And so that kind of came out, and it was, yeah.
And what did you do to clear yourself after?
I always take a shower.
Always take a shower. Yeah, shower's a big one for me too.
Yeah.
Grounding in water. Yeah.
It feels so good just to get in there and rinse it off.
All that energy that does not belong to you.
Yeah.
And especially at the beginning of this work, I feel like myself, at least, I picked up so much more that I didn't know how to put down. Mm-hmm. And then if you're, and there would be, I know, I work a hard day and I don't shower in the evening. I wake up the next morning and I'm,
Yeah.
You know, so it becomes it's huge in life. And even if you're not a body worker, you're in a bad mood, you know, you have a situation with someone, hop in the shower or, you know, get your feet in the ground, ground yourself, clear yourself that energy.
Yeah, so there were some days where I did 2 sessions in one day and I didn't shower in between. And I could feel it. I could feel it in my body. I was exhausted by the end of it. I was like, I don't know if I can do like tomorrow, you know?
Yeah. I think the max I ever worked on, I worked on 7 people in one day.
Oh my gosh.
And I was at a convention, so I couldn't shower in between. And the compiled energy by the end of the day, I think I was in the shower for an hour and a half.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so, and then obviously with someone like MS as well, a big part of a lot of those autoimmune issues is diet. Unless we get our diet straightened out, unless we get straightened out what we're putting into our bodies, you are not going to be able to affect insane change on the outside of the body, right? It's systems that work within each other. So that's another big part of that. There's a lot of things that we need to hit within the functional medicine side of things when it comes to things like MS, which obviously our practitioners right out of the gate, that's not your job. Your job is to do the body work and to start learning about that kind of thing. But that's what the rest of the staff are here for too, to really, really support those really tricky cases. Like Mandy got a case of Dupuytren's contracture, I think her like 4th or 5th client, which is a very, very advanced condition. But she crushed it. So I actually am so proud of this course. Every single one of our students is just right out of the gate slaying it, and I feel like a bit proud mama.
Aww.
So some other exciting things from My Hill Collective that have happened. We moved into a new studio, guys. Welcome to the new studio and a new house and a little training center, which is really, really exciting. And then our next course is going to be October 23rd, and we have someone famous coming. I'm not sure if I'll let that cat out of the bag, but right now you're going to have to guess. So that's really exciting. We still have some spots left. The applications are live online at www.ihillcollective.com/training. And we're really just putting the energy out there that the course fills up with just the dynamic of the people. That last one just worked so incredibly beautifully together. That's what I want for every course. So I am manifesting that. And then I'm actually headed to the States. Actually, no, I'm headed down to Tijuana next week for the peptide treatments, and they are the Casa Wellness that also do the Ibogaine and the amazing Iboga chocolate bars, the neural-enhancing chocolate bars. That has been, they're watching, it help with autism in children. They're watching it help with neuroplasticity issues, immunity issues. Yeah, I think Iboga is probably the root with the most complex pharmacology in the world that we know the least about. So it's really, really exciting, and I really learned a lot working with these guys. I can't wait to introduce you to them. Yeah, they're forces of nature, these two. So we'll be doing that and go down to see Cha, and he does helps administer the peptide treatments. And then from there, I'm going to San Diego, Los Angeles, Nevada City.
Well, let's take this further now. Let's go to the worst possible environment for something to grow. A desert. There's hardly any water, not a lot of nutrients in the soil. Any creature or animal that comes across you is going to try and eat you. Have a look at this tree here. Do you notice anything about this tree? Yeah, it's growing out of a rock. So, what is it eating? Well, what does it have an abundance of in the desert? Sunlight. You could say this is the ultimate breatharian of the tree world. And what this tree is, it's called the Boswellia sacra tree, also known as frankincense. It is not just aromatherapy. It's actually one of the most powerful medicines in the world because it's concentrated sunlight.
Oh, going to see our frankincense still up in Mount Shasta. I'm really excited. We have our online products have just launched finally on the website. Really excited about that. I need to get more frankincense oil because I am out. So having all our practitioners kind of in all of these different places is really exciting. It gives us the ability to not just treat people in the area we are in Mexico, but to actually spread the ideology, the church of mixed modality, and be able to treat more and more people. So where a lot of people fly down here to see me, the aftercare can be done, say one of our last clients, he flew down, he saw me, we worked together for 9 days, and now he's back in Los Angeles area. Well, I have 2 or 3 practitioners that work out of there, so they're able to do follow-up care. So I'm only one person, so I need to have an army of these practitioners in all of these different places to be able to delineate the kind of help that people need, because it's not a one-and-done session for most people. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it is, but if you've got 30 years of chronic pain, that's once again, we are not fully wizards yet. It's going to take more than one session.
Yeah, and it's easier for clients then to be able to see people closer to them, right? Instead of having to come all the way to Mexico.
Absolutely, absolutely, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
And for the next course, we got Hacienda Eden Boutique Hotel back again, the most beautiful beachside hotel in Trincones. I really think that elevated the course to a whole new level.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It was beautiful. The weather was perfect. It was absolutely just be able to wake up on the beach and the best beach, no rocks, be able to swim. Yeah, it was absolutely fabulous. So I'm really excited. Thank you to the Hacienda Eden staff for having us again, and the owners. So yeah, that's really exciting. I've had a health crisis the last little bit, which has been humbling. I got bit twice by a brown recluse, really, really nasty spider that is basically flesh-eating venom in it, and necrotic venom. So it took a big toll. I had like massive holes in my hips from where I got bit. And then it took a really big toll on my health because obviously your body has to clear out all of that toxic venom. And it's not a quick thing with the brown recluse, I found out. My liver and kidney have had to work overtime. But you know what? Every time I get bit by something or I injure myself, I kind of look at that like, what can I learn from this? Because now I have a lot of experience. Anyone's bitten by a brown recluse, come talk to me. I know what you need to do. And ozone oil. Thank God I was traveling with ozone oil. That stuff probably saved my life or stopped me from getting gangrene or something. That stuff's absolutely incredible. So having ozone therapy, Brown's gas therapy, the Brown's gas was huge in getting my lymphatic system drained, it's still working. It's still working overtime. I still got little bags underneath my eyes. You can see my liver and kidney are working overtime, but I feel good. I feel good. So it's just a matter of keeping up on that. Obviously, my diet's really clean. It's been very helpful. But yeah, it was pretty rough. I was at Acapulco and on stage trying to tell everyone how to be healthy. Meanwhile, I was kind of half dying from a somewhat deadly spider bite. So it was an interesting situation. I learned a lot. I'm still learning a lot. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're getting better.
Thank you. Yeah, it was pretty rough for about a month and a half, and then it's been
I know you've been working on it like solidly. So
yeah. Well, when I can. I mean, obviously the course was a lot, but since the course finished, like, okay, I need a week. And this is one of the biggest things for healers is like we need to take time for our self-care, and I don't always do a fabulous job of it, but I'm getting better as I get older about taking that time off. And I guess my biggest thing is I feel guilty while I'm relaxing. I'm really.
You got to get over that.
I know. I wish there was just like a button I could flip in my head, but there's always so much to do, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, relaxing, BoDreay, relaxing. I'm like, but I have so, and then just this guilt, and then there's like the shame. That's that cycle that you go through, and I from the server's level, you know what it is, but that's a big pattern of mine I've really been working on. Looks like I'm a human too, guys. Yeah.
You got to take some vacation sometimes, and just like then you have no choice, you know.
I almost had to remove myself. Yeah, take my phone away, put me on a desert island. Yeah, maybe we'll look into that. There's some islands around here. So that was a really interesting part of my winter and coming into spring. But I am feeling really good now. Getting in the sunshine, in the ocean the other day. Nice. Yeah. So sun and sand, and we're gonna go enjoy some of that in the States too, where it's a little less hot, or more temperate. So make sure you stay in contact with iHeal Collective. We got our practitioners out and about. So if you're looking for some treatment or you're wondering when my tour dates are, they will be on the website. We'll send them out in the email. So please sign up and subscribe for the email list. We do not spam you at all. In fact, we probably don't send enough.
That's more like it.
But yeah, that will keep you ahead. And then obviously we're on social media. I'll be posting on Facebook, X, Twitter, Instagram, or my team will about where we're going to be going. So if you would like to see us, please shoot us a message and follow what we're doing because it's some pretty exciting stuff. So once again, the training is October 23rd to November 6th in beautiful Trincones, Mexico. The closest airport is Zihuatanejo. So if you go online, fill out an application, and we will see if everything aligns for that. That's once again www.ihealcollective.com/training, and then explore our website too, because our new shop's up there with our amazing frankincense products that I absolutely swear by. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. It was short and sweet, just like Saskia. Thanks so much for coming on, Saskia.
Thanks for having me. It's been awesome.
Absolutely, and we'll see her again soon. And we love you guys. Have a wonderful day.
We are facing a crisis. There is an epidemic sweeping humanity.
It's not what you think.
I was in chronic pain since I was 14, 15. My back has always hurt.
So I had a whole bunch of stuff going on, gut stuff, skin stuff, and I tried all sorts of therapies.
So when I was about 23 years old, I started to emerge with a group of symptoms, which they didn't really have a name or a diagnosis in those days. Essentially extreme fatigue, body pain, joint pain, muscle pain, etc.
Now, more than ever before, people are seeking answers in the alternative health world. This is creating a massive opportunity. Have you ever asked yourself why alternative healing is called alternative healing?
But it wasn't until I met my instructors here, BoDreay in Asia, that they really, all I can say is one session with BoDreay was like 40 sessions of any of the other body work I'd done.
And that was the first time I got off any sort of therapist table, and I didn't hurt. It was such a surreal feeling to be like, I don't have pain right now.
I was interested in kind of growing as a person. I wanted to grow, I wanted to go into healing.
I wanted to come down and learn the same technique.
You've got to experience it, man. It's crazy. It's like, oh, bro, I haven't experienced it, but I've watched her work. I know she's doing some crazy stuff.
There's a lot of trauma release that we get into and that we're releasing with the pain and with the tension bands.
My experience has been amazing. Like, I don't know if I can even put into words.
It's been more than I was expecting. The emotional side of this course has been a big aspect that I didn't know coming into it.
A roller coaster of emotions, and the people here have been fantastic. I mean, the people that were joining me on this course were just amazing. They all brought something different.
My fellow classmates for this course have been meshing so well, and I know I got some true friendships going forward that aren't going to be broken.
Everyone here has just been such a magical person that's brought their own story, their own medicine to the dynamic here. And it's been fun, because normally you get to know people through conversations and maybe sharing music, but actually sharing bodywork, you kind of get to know people on a whole other level. And it's beautiful just experiencing that as well.